I thought about fixing the Fox X-Men movies, so let's fix them. Now first we have the original X-Men, and boy, there's a lot of fix. So first up, something pretty small, I want Beast to be added in this movie. I think that he could be really fun in the plot. And don't just make this Wolverine and friends. My idea for that is when the movie starts, Wolverine is already a part of the X-Men. And the X-Men just saved Rogue. And she won't be a plot device. I also want the younger students like Iceman and Rogue to be bigger parts. And Iceman will also unlock his ice form in this movie, not the third one. And most importantly, the comic accurate suits. Please, just add them. So next up we have X2 X-Men Unite, which is a stupid name, so we're just gonna call it X-Men Unite. So I still think William Stryker should be the main villain of this movie. I also want Colossus to join the X-Men in this. And give Nightcrawler more screen time, man. He was the best part. I still want Jean Grey dying at the end, but she'll actually turn into the Phoenix at the end, and then she supposedly dies. And what I'm about to say also goes for the first movie. Give Cyclops more screen time. Make him the main character, man. Alright, so now we have X-Men The Last Stand. So this movie tried doing two storylines, the Dark Phoenix Saga and the Cure, but now it's just gonna be the Dark Phoenix Saga. Because the Cure storyline just makes it worse. And Cyclops will be alive throughout the entire movie. So yeah, I still want Kitty Pryde joining the X-Men. I still want the opening mainly staying the same with like the Danger Room and the Sentinels. And add more of the space elements from the Dark Phoenix Saga. And Angel won't be a part of the movie. Oh yeah, almost forgot, Professor X won't die. Alright, so I'm gonna skip out on X-Men Origins of Wolverine, and let me tell you why. Because if this movie would have been a success, we would have gotten X-Men Origins Magneto, and that means we wouldn't have gotten the masterpiece of X-Men First Class. So we're not doing that! So next is X-Men First Class, and there's not much to change because this movie is a masterpiece, but what I would change is I would add Cyclops and Jean Grey into it. So that also means that Havoc won't be in the movie. And at the end, all the mutants will go their separate ways, and Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Beast will go to the Xavier Institute. I know because of the time settings in the present day, Scott and Jean will be like 50, but we won't worry about that. Alright, so next up is the Wolverine. Now first up, Logan's suit for the most of the movie will be his comic accurate suit with a jacket over top, and his cowl won't be up. I know that I've only talked about the comic accurate suits in the first movie, but they'll be in every movie. And besides that, just change the third act. Now, Days of Future Past would come next, but I want to establish the past team a little bit more, so we're going to have a new original movie, and I'm going to call it X-Men Brotherhood. And it basically has the X-Men fighting the Brotherhood, but of course, there now has to be new members. So I'm thinking Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Storm, Angel, and Psylocke. And yeah, it'll just be about the X-Men fighting the Brotherhood. But of course, we'll need an explanation of why Angel and Psylocke leave the team, but in this movie, it's just gonna be Angel. So instead of Apocalypse, the Brotherhood will turn Angel into Archangel, and then he'll basically just turn evil and join the Brotherhood. Alright, now we're at X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, in my opinion, this is the second best X-Men movie, but there is some stuff to change. First up, instead of Wolverine going to the past, Kitty Pryde will. And I also want more time spent in the future because that stuff was interesting. And yeah, just some changes that coincide with the changes I made. And this movie actually won't reboot the timeline. It'll just be that the future never happened, and yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. Alright, we have another custom movie. It'll be called X-Men Rise of Sinister, and yeah, I think that you know that the main villain will be Mr. Sinister. In this movie, we'll also have Wolverine joining the X-Men. And later on, Psylocke leaves, like at the end. But yeah, we also get to find out Cyclops' backstory. And now, we're officially done with the past. So now we're at X-Men Apocalypse, and this will actually be set in the present. And yeah, they'll basically just fight Apocalypse. Archangel will actually be in this movie because he'll join the Four Horsemen. Gambit will also make his first appearance, and he'll join that. I think it'd be pretty interesting if Magneto joined it too. And also, Jean Grey will be Death in the Four Horsemen. So that just adds some extra stakes. So yeah, this will be the epic finale, or will it? Because after that, we have Logan, and it'll stay the exact same. So as Deadpool 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, that's the end of the video, and I'll see ya!